Have you ever just been watching a horror movie and thought to yourself, that was really stupid? I would not have done that. Would any normal person have done that? Well, today we're going to be thinking about and looking at specific cases of really, really, really dumb decisions in horror movies. Let's get into it. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today I'm going to be recording this video talking about specific cases of really, really dumb decisions in horror movies. That's what I've kind of named my list here. So I thought of this idea quite a while ago and actually filmed this video before, but I kind of not lost the footage, but it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to, so I'm refilming this, and I came up with a new list of things as I've watched more horror movies since then with my first time reaction series here on my channel, which if you don't know, I do first time reactions here on my channel. I will link them down in the description box if you're interested in that. And so I thought, why not do this video over again, because I really like this idea. So I'm just going to be talking about, in my humble opinion, obviously, some decisions in horror movies I found to be really, really stupid. Obviously, you might not agree with this list, which is why we all have our own opinions. So definitely leave me your dumbest decision in the horror movie list down below in the comment section. So yeah, I'm gonna just share mine. I have 10 here today to share with an honorable mention. So yeah, if you're interested in this video, definitely keep on watching. But before we get into the video, if you've never been in my channel, first off, welcome. Hi, my name is Erin, and I like to film videos about movies and makeup. Those are my main two things, with a sprinkle of books in here now and then. So if you're interested in any of those topics, definitely think about subscribing, hitting the like button, and coming back on to the channel now and then, come on back. So yeah, if you want to, definitely think about subscribing, and let's go ahead and get into it. I still feel like I'm not used to filming with this camera. I keep looking at the screen as I'm filming. I don't know if that looks weird, but anyways, so horror movies, especially characters in horror movies. I know we've all felt this way. Like, there's some decisions that a horror movie character will take that just seems really, really stupid, right? And you're just like, why did they make that decision? Obviously, of course, it's because it was written that way, or it came from the source material, or even it's there as a plot device to keep the story going. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a movie, right? But still, it's still fun to talk about those decisions and think of how stupid they were. So I came up with some of the dumbest decisions in horror movies that I could think of. Definitely leave me down your list in the comment section. But I'm going to start off with an honorable mention. And my honorable mention goes to Scream 2, a horror movie I really, really enjoy. I think it's really good. Grew up watching. But I have to say, one decision I thought was really stupid in Scream 2 is when Sydney and her friend, blanking on her name right now, they get out of the police car, which was a very precarious, dangerous situation within itself, and Sydney wants to go back to check on if the killer is still there and see if she can lift his mask, which I definitely get her reasoning. I would want to know who it is at that time around as well, but still, definitely wasn't smart to go back to the killer when you were almost, out, which ends up resulting in her friend being stabbed to death. So yeah, that's my honorable mention. But now let's go ahead and get starting at number 10. Okay, this is from another horror movie I really, really love and grew up with, Candyman. So, saying Candyman's name 5 times, and this is done by our main character, Helen. Really not a smart decision, right? Like, even if you think it's a legend, you know, maybe don't say Candyman's name 5 times in the mirror, Probably not the best decision. And she soon finds that out when he starts to come and kill all of the people around her, and makes it look like she's the one doing it. So I would have to say that's the dumbest decision in this movie, is saying Candyman's name 5 times and then proceeding on to try to convince everybody that it's Candyman that's doing the killing. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to number 9, which is going to be from Pet Sematary from 1989. I'm not including the remake in here. But dumb decision on the part of the people living on this road is, why not just build a fence around the house? Like, you've already, especially after the cat gets killed in Pet Sematary. If you guys didn't know, spoiler alert for the whole video, because, yeah. But the cat gets killed in Pet Sematary from the road with the trucks going by very fast. I live on this road with trucks. And they proceed not to build a fence. Just build a fence. Then nobody else has to die with the trucks going by. I mean, you could argue that the spirits or the Wendigo from Pet Sematary might open the gate or whatever, and someone still might die, but doesn't it make logical sense to go ahead and just build a fence if you know there's a street with fast cars going by or trucks. And then I also want to mention from Pet Sematary, this is still number 9, but Louis Creed going back and making a second trip after he already saw what happened to his son, going to go bury his wife in the Pet Cemetery. Doesn't seem like the wisest decision in my opinion. Just saying. You already had a killer baby on your hand. Why now bring an adult? Alright, moving on to number 8. We have from Alien 1979, which is a movie I just saw for the first time. Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. Yeah. First time at the end of last year. I did a first time reaction to it. If you want to see it, I will try to link it up wherever it'll be or down in the description box. But love this movie when I first saw it. Alien, I think it's really, really good. But I really did not understand why Dallas went to go hunt alone after they found out the alien was, killing and big and dangerous. Why go off alone? Why not stick together? Try to take down the one alien all together. And probably even more dumb, which in my opinion, is when they first come back from the ship from the planet, why did they even let them back on? I mean, of course, Ripley was trying not to let them on. Smart character here. She was trying to say, you guys were breached. We can't let you back on the ship. But, of course, they let them back onto the ship. And that's how everything got started in the first place. Obviously, that was out of her control, but still, not a very smart decision. Okay, let's move on to number 7. This one is going to come from Black Christmas, a movie I saw for the first time, I want to say in 2019, so not too long ago, and not one I grew up with, but one I actually really, really love now. I've seen it a couple times since then, really enjoy it. Definitely going to be like a Christmas tradition for me now. So Black Christmas came out in 1974, and it's pretty much like the prototype for slasher movies. And I have to say, it started all of those tropes. So honestly, can you really blame it when it was kind of the beginning of those tropes? But you can't deny that the one stupid decision in this movie is when our main character, what was her name? Jess? I think her name was Jess. She finds out from the police that the calls are coming from inside the house. And instead of running out the door where she's standing next to, she goes upstairs, starts calling for her friends, even though she knows the killer for sure is making the calls from the house now. From upstairs, mind you. Don't go upstairs. The killer is in here. Are you serious? The calls are coming from in the house. So, definitely dumb decision. We're not stopping there. Going on to number 6, we're coming from Jeepers Creepers, which came out in 2001. Actually, a movie I really, really enjoy. Me and my sisters, we watched this one growing up. For sure, I was in like first grade when Jeepers Creepers came out, but still, it's something I watched. And the dumb decision from this movie, I think you probably will already know, but going down into the hole, to the underneath the abandoned church, the hole, whatever it was, why? Especially after you saw what you thought was somebody throwing a body down there. Why would you? Who in their right mind will be trying to look down there? I for sure wouldn't. Dumbest decision ever. And for sure the sister was trying to stop him, but I wouldn't even have went along with that. Definitely not smart to be throwing your body down into a hole. You don't even know you can get back up, right? Definitely not smart. And that dumb decision led to them being hunted by the creeper in this movie. So, yeah, think before you do things, kids. For sure. Number 5 is going to come from Scream. So we're seeing another Scream appearance on this list. So Scream 1996 is a movie I love, love, love. Started off a wonderful movie franchise. And I think that the dumb decision in Scream is definitely when, oh gosh, I'm not, for some reason, remembering any names, but trying to escape through the doggy door. I mean, I can see the panic. I can see that, I could probably fit through a doggy door. I'm really small. But still, like, honestly. Really? And, I mean, I know she was up against a killer, but you're in a garage. There's no, like, hammer around you could throw at them. Something. Make a lot of noise. I mean, there was a party going on. This one's hard because there were circumstances that were making this tricky. But, still. Trying to go to the doggy door, probably not the smartest decision. Just saying. Alright, number 4 is going to come from The Evil Dead 1981. A lot of these are like some I've seen just in recent years. But yeah, seen The Evil Dead probably the same year, 2019, I would say. Same year I watched Black Christmas for the first time. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty fun. Tried to show my family. They did not like it. They did not enjoy it. But I liked it a lot, and I thought it was a really good movie. But there was a stupid decision in this, I think, and that is playing the tape and listening to the demon incantations. Just, you know, head scratcher right there for me. Anything that says demon, or the tape was saying before that they even started saying the demon incantations that they had woke something up or something had happened. Why would you continue to listen to the tape? Especially after someone already asked you to turn it off, which was the sister. The door to the, what do you call it? Basement flew up by itself. Probably lots of warning signs to not listen to demon tapes. Just saying. Just saying. Right, moving right along to my number 3. This is from the Amityville Horror, 1979. This one I really grew up with. I love it a lot. And surprisingly to me, found out that some people don't like this movie. And I've always loved this movie. I like this one, and I also like the remake. I think they're both really good. But I didn't know some people didn't like this one. But I think the stupidest decision goes on to the parents here with knowing there was a murder in the house and still buying the house. Right? I'm pretty sure they knew. I'm almost 100% sure. But they still bought the house. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter that somebody, some man killed his siblings and parents. Who cares? Now, if you're not suspicious, obviously, but I would be a little scared if a murder like that happened in the house I was buying. Just saying. Then, when all the crazy stuff starts happening, and you're just still staying there, like, you're not connecting the dots together. Okay, well, sure. Just seems like a really stupid decision to me. But anyways, let's move on to number 2, which is going to come from Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity is not a movie I really like. I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not something that I'll put like in my favorites. It's not something I super enjoy. I don't really like found footage movies a lot. There's not been one that I really, really love, honestly. But I have to say, the stupid decision is definitely coming from Micah in this movie, the husband, with contacting and taunting and, communicating with demons, doing the Ouija board and all that. Yeah, not the smartest decision. Super dumb, especially after, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, because I haven't seen this one in a minute, I believe someone warned him not to do that, like a medium or something, said, do not try to contact the demons. And he proceeds to do just that. Plus, he taunts them and makes light of his wife's obvious discomfort and fear. So, not the smartest character or decision, for sure, in a horror movie. Alright, you guys. So, what is number 1? Number 1 is going to come from The Descent, a movie I also did a first-time reaction to here on my channel. I will try to link it up in the eye or down in the description box. But The Descent came out in 2005. I saw it for the first time last year. Really, really liked it. Super enjoyed it. I've watched it a couple times since then. That's how much I really liked the movie. Really good for, how people say modern horror is not very good. But this is an example that they are really good. And I think the acting was pretty good. The design was good. And the claustrophobia, before we even got to the monsters, A+. Like, it had me feeling uncomfortable, for sure. And I watch a lot of horror movies. But I have to say, one character makes a really stupid decision, and I'm pretty sure you can guess who. It is Juno, lying about where the cave is, telling no one where they're going. Like, that's like should be rule number 1 if you're going to be in a cave. Tell somebody where you're going to be at so they can come and get you if something happens. Or just, in general, tell someone where you're going to be at if you're going to be going off into the wild. Or anywhere, for that matter. And she doesn't tell anyone in the group, first of all, that they're going to a different cave, or anyone out in the outside world where they're going to be. So these girls are trapped. When they get trapped inside the cave, they are trapped for real. They only have themselves to rely on because no one else knows where they are. Dumbest decision ever in a movie. So stupid. Like, really, just so stupid. And they're in a cave that has not been explored before. There's no guide. There's no book. They don't know the way out. Stupidest decision, for sure. For sure. But yeah, you guys, that is my list of dumbest, really, really dumb decisions from horror movies that I've watched. Of course, I could probably come up with a part 2 for this, for sure. I'm almost 100% positive. But definitely, like I said, leave me yours down below. Maybe I can use some to do a part 2 if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, and like I said, subscribe to the channel if you would like to. And I will check you guys out in the next video. Bye bye, adios.